What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American Politics, back in with a new video, and today we must respond/react to the quote-unquote pro-choice pivot by Blake Masters. That's right, folks. The loser right on Twitter the past 3 days has begun to claim Blake Masters has become pro-choice. And the losers of the National Review, who, by the way, don't listen to anything these clowns have to say. They're not conservative. They're attacking Blake Masters. Most of them, at least. Most of the articles I've seen on the National Review has been bashing Blake Masters for suddenly becoming pro-choice. Well, guess what, folks? Do 5 seconds of research and you realize this is total bullshit. And we'll get to that in a little bit. Now, before I forget, of course, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share it to friends, hit the little bell, and yes, of course, go follow that mysterious Twitter account in the description down below. And, yeah, also join the channel. That is right, folks, for just 10 cents a day. You can join Real American Politics. Recommend you do it, and, yeah. Alright, folks, let's get into it right now. So if you don't know what happened a couple days ago, people on Twitter and all this crap, they claim that Blake Masters became the pro-choice candidate, or, wasn't actually pro-life. And you get this clown from the National Review, frickin' Kevin Williamson. By the way, go look up his Twitter page. It is one of the most pathetic things I've ever seen. And you get this clown that, first of all, attacks Blake Masters for being too pro-life. Alright, fine, that's your opinion, alright? I think you have the wrong opinion, but either way, fine. But then suddenly, you look at this, right? You look here, he said, and so Masters embraced the position on abortion, declared himself 100% pro-life, blah, 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 advocated for federal fetal personhood law, etc., etc. And, well, suddenly, he attacks Masters for pivoting, for becoming too pro-choice. You heard that right, folks. These people, alright, they attacked Masters for scrubbing his website, rewriting or deleting 5 or 6 sentences of his views on abortion, etc., etc. You heard that right, folks. These people are bashing Blake Masters for becoming too pro-life to pro-choice. You see what I'm talking about? These people, do not listen to them. Do not give an inch to these people. The only reason you have clowns like this, bashing Masters like this, is because he was endorsed by Trump and their candidate lost. That's exactly what happened. These same clowns, alright, bash the Trump candidates no matter what you do. You can give them everything they wanted, and they would still bash them for not being a true conservative patriot. And many people on Twitter, there's some idiots on Twitter that really regurgitated the same nonsense that Blake Masters, changed his stance on abortion and all this crap. No, he did not. People that are this stupid should not have the right to vote. It's just a fact. These people should not have the right to vote. If you're this stupid to think a pivot is completely changing your beliefs. No. What Masters did, and I think most Republicans should do, alright, because this is the better campaign strategy, is pivoting exactly like Masters did. So if you don't know, obviously, in my opinion, based on polling data we do have, when you really ask the question, majority of Americans are pro-life. That's just a fact, alright? I know the shitty Gallup polls are going to show 55% of Americans identify as pro-choice. But when you get to the crux of it, you look at the data, you look at when people want abortion, restricted. Majority of Americans, I think it's like 70% according to YouGov. Remember, that's YouGov. They can't pull an election correctly, but even they admit that, yeah, a supermajority of Americans support a ban on abortion after 15 weeks. And I think it's like 55% after 6 weeks, but when you ask for a heartbeat, it goes up to 60%, etc. But what candidates like Blake Masters are doing is they're not changing their beliefs. Rather, they're changing how they're wording it, how they're changing, their strategy for the campaign. So obviously, when you're talking to the hardcore Republican base, 99.9% of them extremely pro-life. They want abortion banned as early as possible. But the more general, electorate, all right, while they still majority may favor it, not a super majority like a Republican base would. And what Masters did for his pivot is perfect, especially in a state like Arizona, which tends to be a bit more libertarian, but still they're, relatively speaking, more conservative on cultural issues than liberal. I mean, you look at the gun ownership rate and all of that stuff. But the point is, Blake Masters decided, you know what, I'm not going to talk about, we're going to ban abortion after 2 weeks. Instead, we're going to go after Mark Kelly's radical position. This is genius. And these idiots, these complete morons claiming he flip-flopped. No, he didn't. All he did was change his strategy. This is exactly what he did. That's perfect. So, the early part of the primary, he's like, look, I want to support, basically no abortion. There should not be any abortions in America. In the general, he's like, look, for now, we have to, push for federal restrictions, right? And Mark Kelly, who has a voting record that's, I think, 100% with Biden, he's no moderate. Point is, his position on abortion is no limits. What do you think is, a better strategy? Talking about an issue that 55% of Americans support, or 90% of Americans doesn't support, which was Mark Kelly's position. The latter is true. That's exactly what he did here. So he said flat out, I support the Hyde Amendment. Strip taxpayer funding from Planned Parenthood. Support a law or constitutional amendment that bans late-term abortion. Support pro-life legislation, pregnancy centers, and programs that make it easier for a pregnant woman to support a family and to decide to choose life. This is exactly the pivot you do. I mean, he's not saying, I'm against, abortion in 6 weeks. Rather, he's like, you know what? For now, basically speaking, I support restricting abortion after the 3rd trimester. All right, then after that, we can work our way towards what I truly want. That's exactly what he's basically saying here. All he's done is change the wording and, bash Mark Kelly for his insane platform. Again, his abortion stance is unrestricted, unfettered, no restricted, even in late term, partial birth. I think post-birthday he may support. The point is, this is a pivot. Not, he's a coward. He's, not a true conservative. That's bullshit. Rather, it's just changing how his stance were and all that stuff. That's all that changed. So this idea that Blake Masters became pro-choice is nonsense. And the people that are attacking freaking Blake Masters for this, just stop. Just stop. The primary is over. Your candidate got embarrassed. Just accept the fact that Blake Masters is the nominee and he's going against Mark Kelly. And any clowns that attack him for, pivoting, you're delusional. You would have praised the candidate if it was your candidate. The only reason these people are saying this, making stuff up about the Republican candidates, are because these are Trump supported candidates. They hate Trump that much, they would rather lose Senate seats despite Orange Man. That's just a fact. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share it to friends, hit the little bell, and yes, of course, go follow that mysterious Twitter account in the description down below. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.